just wanted to show you today how to make this little guy. Wait, hey cameras. As you can see, he's a little bit bigger than my pointer finger. Basically, first what you want to do is get a ball of tan colored clay, about this big, which for me is about the size of my thumbnail. If I could rotate my thumb properly to show you. But you take that, pull off a little clump about that big, about maybe the size of a pea. Pull off about two balls about the size of a pea. And then take your first ball and reshape it again into a nice sphere. If I can get a sphere. Push this back a little bit. Sorry about my cord thing, otherwise you won't be able to hear me. But you want to make it a nice sphere shape. Take it and press it down with your thumb. Then you're going to take your little pea sized, roll it into a nice sphere, and press it down on one side. Do the same again with your other pea, and then you have your little your bear shape. As you can tell, let me grab my little scraper and scrape it up so I can show you better. There, see? This guy's about the size of my thumb. So he's a little bigger than my other guy. But that's not a big deal. Anyways, there are two very basic tools that you want to have. Well, actually a few basic tools, not two. I'm dumb. A nice oil painting brush that has stiff bristles. Just a stippling brush, something that you can use to kind of poke holes. A little ball of tin foil, all wadded up. A small little brush, like a little eyeshadow brush or paintbrush, whatever. And an ash gray or a light brown, like brownish gray colored piece of chalk. Excuse me, I got some on my laptop right there. But first things first. You want to take your little stippling brush and just stipple the crap out of your little bear shape. This is going to just give it a little bit extra dimension and make it look a little bit more realistic than you would if you just used the tin foil. And it's also going to help your chalk adhere a little bit better, as will the tin foil, but whatever. Then you're going to take your tin foil, sorry I started without telling you, you're going to take your tin foil and just start rolling it around over your bear shaped cookie. And there you have a nice little, fairly detailed base for your cookie, because there is no way we're done just yet. Next, what you want to do is you want to grab brown clay. What I'm using right now is Sculpey 3's clay in, what color is this? hazelnut. 1657 hazelnut. It's just this color. You probably can't see it too well in my light, but whatever. So you're going to take out a hunk of that and roll it into a little snake. I've already done that, and I had some excess left in my little bag that I keep that in. So yeah, about that size is good. And you also want a pencil, mechanical or whatever. You're going to poke little holes in your cookie where you want chocolate chips. Ah, it's coming up on me. And just keep poking holes until you're satisfied. This one's going to be fairly chocolatey, so I'm having fun with it. Now you want to grab a knife. I just use a simple paring knife. Mine's forever sharp surgical stainless steel, whatever, blah, no one really cares. And you're just going to take an itty bitty hunk of your brown. Like, you can't even see. You can barely see it on the tip of my knife. Mostly because my webcam's blurry, but just really, really tiny. And stick it into one of the holes. And just start patting it down a little bit. The reason that you want the holes is so that the chocolate chip won't just sit on top of your cookie and be more likely to fall off after you've already baked it. It gives it a little bit more stability. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but my brain's dead and it's Saturday, I think. Yeah, it's Saturday. So just keep doing that until you filled up all the holes. And if there's a little bit too much, no big deal. Just take your knife, like with the first one I did, just take your knife and scrape a little bit off the top. I'm really sorry if you can't see this. There. But whatever. Okay. So you just start sticking your stuff in. This sounds really dirty. Okay, you're just going to keep on sticking your little brown pieces that you cut off into the holes that you made on your cookie. And this will, honestly, this is one of the most time-consuming parts, and it takes like 3 minutes, if that long. These really are not that hard to make. It just takes patience to learn how to do it the first time, or a video like this one or someone else's, whatever, who cares. Ah, I had extra piece on my finger. And just the time and energy and money to make them. They're not that expensive either. I've only ever bought 1 or 2 packs of the tan, and I've made a heck of a lot of cookies. Not hundreds, but I've used about half of, a little bit less than half of my pack, and I've made at least 10 or 12, along with some other things, like a waffle, a couple other things. But anyways, back to the cookie at hand. I ramble, obviously. But basically you're just going to want to take your chalk now and take your knife and scrape off a little bit. Go ahead and keep it on the chalk. It gives it some place for you to keep a little bit of the dust so it's not all over everywhere. So then you're just going to pick up some of the dust, the chalk dust, with your paintbrush or makeup brush or whatever, and just dust it along the edges so it looks like it's actually been cooked, so it's not just a one-dimensional look. This will give it that little extra oomph. Of course, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. And I also forgot, I re-stipple after I've started making this, and after I put the chocolate chip cookies on, the chocolate chips on, just to make them stay a little bit better. And just keep on packing on / brushing on the dust stuff, the chalk dust, until you're satisfied with how the coloring looks. I normally like my coloring rather dark, so I also usually grab like a chocolate brown, and I barely even grab anything off of this. I just go in the part that I've already scraped off just to pick up a little bit of the dust. And there you go. Oof. Now you're done. That is all you had to do. You now have a finished chocolate chip cookie bear. Now all you have to do is bake it, and normally I will put a little squiggle of 3D paint. Sorry about the phone ringing. My family's kind of crazy at the moment, but normally I'll do brown to make it look natural, or pink to give it just a little extra dash of color. As you see on this one I've done a whole mess of colors. I did a little bit brown squiggle, a blue heart, and 3 pink dots because I was feeling a little crazy. And on mine here I did purple. Whoopsies. Mine here I did just a little purple bear, and I did a chocolate squiggle on my ginormous bunny. That's my iPod case, by the way. I do custom orders if you just want to send me a message through YouTube, or you can find me on Facebook or DeviantArt. I'll try to put the links in the crotch. So yeah, that's simple as that. That's all you have to do. See you next time for another maybe tutorial video.